morning, y'all. How are y'all doing? Y'all, I just had to come on here and talk to you guys because I read 3 books that were phenomenal to me, and I wanted to discuss them with y'all. We are a big happy family, so I felt like if these 3 books was like a milestone for me, like really made me feel something, I feel like I should be able to come on here and talk to you guys about it because y'all are my book family and this is what we do. So there are 3 books here that I just want to talk to you guys about. Y'all drop down in the comments once y'all see these books, so let me know if y'all have actually read these books and what y'all feel about these books, because these 3 books for me were something else. Hi, I'm Yolanda. I am Yolanda's Books. We are here every Wednesday and Sunday, preferably between 9 and 10 a.m. and we love to discuss books. So if you're not subscribed to my channel, I suggest you subscribe to my channel. Down there at the bottom somewhere, there should be an icon that says Yolanda's Books. If you click on that icon, it will take you guys directly to some notification bell. Click all, because then you'll know whenever I put anything on YouTube. So again, guys, I want to do a book review on 3 books that I recently read. And yes, they are worth the hype. So the first book that I want to talk about is My Dark Vanessa by Kate Russell. This book was an emotional roller coaster for me. It is a psychological fiction, and it is pretty much about, it toggled between like 2 different timelines, between 2000 and 2017. So it was like 17 years of difference. So it began about a 15-year-old student that had an affair with a 42-year-old English teacher. The student name was Vanessa and the teacher name was Jacob. I think it was Jacob Strand. This book has some trigger warnings in it, y'all. So, and I always try to let you guys know, try to read your author's notes. Try to read the beginning of any book that you want to read, because they always have trigger warnings, or the author will always let you guys know anything you need to know about those books. But the trigger warnings in this book is emotional manipulation, predatory grooming, rape, sexual assault, and suicide. This book was, I don't even know the word to actually explain what this book did to me. This book was real. This book was raw. Between the chapters, I had to actually get a grip on myself, take a little break, because this book really like drained me. I was upset with Vanessa in a lot of different ways, and the reality by reading this book and seeing what she was going through at such an early age, I really couldn't be upset with Vanessa because she was just pretty much being manipulated. Jacob Strand, I think that was his name, it either was Jacob, yep, Jacob Strand. He was just a monster to me. Yes, I say a monster. He was a monster to me because I personally just do not feel like there should be or could be a magnetic attraction, you are my true love, I finally found you, for a 15-year-old and a 42-year-old, especially with that being that person's student. When you got to be a teacher, you knew that you were going to meet a lot of different young students, and you just should not be attracted to them. I just feel like you just should not be attracted to them, and you definitely should not have an emotional, physical, sexual relationship with them. And that is what the guy did in this book. And he had this relationship with this girl, Vanessa, up until she was, I think, in her 30s. She was very well manipulated. She was manipulated to say and do things in front of people that she knew was not true. And it just went on and on and on for years, and that is what just emotionally drained me. I have 2 daughters. I have never been through this, as far as myself and my kids with students, with them being a student and their teacher. But this book was just so emotionally draining for me, and it is a dark book to me. So the title of this book really does it justice, My Dark Vanessa, because she was in a very dark place, y'all. And like I said, the reason why I said she was in a very dark place is because she was so manipulated, so brainwashed, that even when she got up into her adult years, she just did not see what Jacob Strand was doing was wrong, and she still wanted and strived for his attention. So just be warned, y'all. It's raw, it's real, and for a lot of people within life, y'all, it's reality. They go through it. They've been through it as a student when they were in school. They go through it as an adult. Oh my God, y'all, this book just brought out so many emotions for me that were just so sad. So sad. But I did enjoy reading My Dark Vanessa. So the next book that I want to talk about is In the Likely Event by Rebecca Yarros. This is a second chance at romance novel for Rebecca Yarros, and it was great. I loved this book. This book made me happy. It made me just so giddy inside, and that's what I like about when I read my romance novels. This book is about Izzy and Nathaniel getting a second chance at love, which they did not know, though, that it was actually not a second chance at love, because they were their first chance at love. And the reason why I say that is because, you know, of course, they seen each other in the past. They separated, you know, did not see each other again until they happened to be on the same plane at this particular time, and the plane actually went down in the Missouri River, and Nathaniel was there for Izzy during the time the plane went down, this, that, and the other, and he just made sure that she was okay, like throughout the whole time. So at that time their lives changed. They changed. So Nate goes on to a career in the military while Izzy finds her way into politics. This happened, they got actually like reunited in Afghanistan. So this is kind of like I would love to say this is kind of like a historical fiction type book, but I don't know. But it seems like it to me because of the settings of what happened in the areas of where this book happened. But anyway, so Izzy and Nate were kind of like, you know, tied at the hip in some type of way. But Izzy had a life though. Izzy was actually engaged to another person. But when she happened to be seatmates with Nate on the plane that went down, everything just started happening then. Like, I think Nate was like kind of like assigned to her or something like that, or to her sister, something like that, y'all. But it was just like the memories, the sparks and everything came back with Nate and Izzy. And y'all, the way Nathaniel acted toward Izzy's fiance was just, oh y'all, I was like, oh my goodness, like he really cares about Izzy. He doesn't give a shit about her fiance, and he wants to be with Izzy. And I thought that it was just so cute, so romantic, and just so bubbly. So I enjoyed so much In the Likely Event by Rebecca Yarros. I tandem read this book, and it was just awesome. I enjoyed that book so much. So the next one is a Kristen Hanna book, The Women. I actually started to never pick up this book because it was a historical fiction book, and I'm like, I'm not a historical fiction girly. But something made me pick up this book from Target, and I am so glad that I decided to pick up this book. This is a historical fiction book. It's called The Women by Kristen Hanna. I tandem read this book by listening to audio and also reading the book. This is a book about veterans, and the feelings that I had while I was reading this book was astronomical. I felt sad, I felt grateful, I felt love, I felt sorrow, I felt, oh God, I can just number the things that I felt while I was reading this book. So pretty much it is about a girl named Frankie. I want to say she went into the war at age of 21, if I'm not mistaken, and she went in as a military nurse. She had a brother that was in the service. He got killed, and I think that is what kind of pushed her over to going into the service as a military nurse. So she went in as a military nurse, y'all. She's seen and experienced all the things that people experience when they are over in those areas. So pretty much she came home with PTSD, I think that's what you call it. When she got home, she did not feel the love from the community for being served as a military person. She did not feel the love from her parents as being you know, a military a veteran. Basically she was a veteran. So all the people, they were like, you know, women, they're not in the war, women are not veterans. But she was actually a veteran because she was a nurse there taking care of the people that was coming in wounded, hurt, and all the things. She fell in love while she was in there. She was very careful, y'all. She would always like ask them, are they married, you know, are they engaged, this, that, and the other. And I think the guy that she actually fell in love with was named Ryle. And you know, they hit it off. She finally gave in to him. They hit it off, and she had to come back home, but he stayed. So during the time that she was home, she started suffering from all the things that veterans suffer from once they get home. She felt no love from her parents. She just wanted the person that she was supposed to spend the rest of her life with. So, but she actually had, oh gosh, y'all are dark. So, but she actually had friends that she met during the time that she was over there in the service, and she reached out to them a lot, and they reached out to her a lot for comfort. So anyway, she found out some things about Ryle. Her life just really turned upside down. Then she met a guy, and they actually made a family that actually did not work out. And she just told him, like, you know, I care about you, but we just can't get married. And you know, there were some reasons why they could not get married. But overall, y'all, this book was great. This book is definitely a historical fiction, and it turned my genre thought for historical fictions to an all-time high. I felt like historical fictions were just boring books. They were just like the history books that, oh, my leg went to sleep on me, y'all. It was just like history books that we did or had to read in school. That's why I was never interested in historical fiction, because history in high school was just the boringest thing, the boringest class that I ever had been through. So as an adult, when I started reading, and as of now when I started reading, I'm like, heck no, I'm not reading no history. That is some boring stuff. But no ma'am, they are not boring. This book turned me on to historical fiction, and I have been reading some historical fictions ever since. There's one that I would like to pick up. I'll try to pop it up if I remember. It's called The Personal Librarian. I went to try to pick that one up not too long ago, but it was actually not in the bookstore. So I think I am going to just be patient. I seen it on the Walmart website for like $10.54. I might just buy it from there and get it shipped to my house, because I really want to read that book. So you guys, if y'all have any historical fiction recommendations, drop them down in the comments of this vlog, because I really want to read and continue reading historical fiction. It is a great genre, y'all. I did not know that. I did not know that. I did not give it a chance, and now that I have, I'm kind of like hooked on it. As I said before, guys, young adult books, I still love to read some young adult books, but they are kind of like sliding to the back burner of my genres that I would like to read, because they're just not adult enough for me now. They're just so dainty. It seems like there is just the same type of storyline every time I read a young adult book. And my genre is changing. My genre is changing, and I guess I just want more memoirs, historical fiction books, some more thrillers, mysteries, of course. And don't get me wrong though, guys, I do still love young adult books, but I just won't gravitate to that section more than I will gravitate to the other sections. The other day when I went into the bookstore, I actually gravitated to the fiction section other than the young adult romance section. So that's how I can tell that my genre is changing. But I still do like to go over there to that section and look at the books that they have, because they are so colorful. The covers are just gorgeous, and it just brings me so much joy to see what the covers of those books look like. And I will still pick up some of those books, guys, so you can give me some of those recommendations as well. But guys, those are the 3 books that I wanted to come on and talk to you guys about, because they really did put an impact on my reading week, day, on those books. Again, it is The Women by Kristen Hanna. Very great book, y'all. I really would recommend you guys to read this book. My Dark Vanessa by Kate Russell. Great book to read. There's a lot of trigger warnings in it, so beware of the trigger warnings. And this book is very real and very raw. And then in The Likely Event by Rebecca Yarros, very cute romantic second chance at love, which was actually their first chance at love, because they were the ones for each other the whole time. Very cutesy book. I love the way Nate and Izzy reacted to each other. I love the way they reacted when other people were doing things that, you know, they didn't agree or felt like each other should go through. Very, very cutesy book. Like, y'all, it was one part in this book when Izzy actually recovered from when she was in a plane wreck. Wherever they were, like, the people thought that Nate was her husband. And you know, Nate kind of explained it to her. Well, the reason why I said or impersonated as your husband was so that he can get back there and stay with her and make sure that she was okay. I thought that was so cute. Oh, that just kind of like melted my heart. I loved just that one little part of this book when he let her know, like, yeah, I did, da da da. You know, it was just so cute. But yeah, I really did enjoy these 3 books. So drop down in the comments, let me know if you guys have read these 3 books and what you guys think of these books. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.